Willie D live.
So they got this photograph of Trump and all these girls, young girls. They blocked them out. They blocked their faces out because they're victims. Yeah. Here we go. New photos from Epstein's personal collection show Trump, Clinton, and more. Trump, Clinton, and more. Okay. A newly released batch of images shows the rich and powerful people with whom convicted sex offender Jeffrey Epstein socialized and other glimpses of his lifestyle. The updated photographs are from Epstein's email account and computer, according to Democrats on the House Oversight Committee, who published the photographs on Friday. The images shows Donald Trump before he became president standing with 6 women whose faces have been redacted at a party wearing Hawaiian-inspired, what's that word? I don't even know that word. I ain't gonna try it. Another photograph of the president who was a real estate agent, a real estate developer, and friend of Epstein at the time, shows him speaking with a woman at a party. Epstein stands beside Trump in a third photo. Trump appears seated next to a blonde woman whose face has been redacted. Is that her right here? And then here we go again with Trump. Here we go again. Here's the other images. Epstein, who sexually assaulted women and underage girls at his home and one of his private islands in the Caribbean, also kept images of sex toys, according to the new release. One of the photographs shows novelty condoms with Trump's likeness on them, spread out on a table. Behind the table reads a sign that says, Trump condom, $4.50. The House Oversight Committee said in a statement that there are thousands of photographs of women at Epstein properties in the latest batch. They also noted that names of potential victims and identifiers have been redacted. The latest collection contains more than 95,000 images, with 19 being released Friday. Nah, fam, only 19 out of 95,000? They're never going to release all those images. They're never going to release all those images. It is time to end this White House cover-up and bring justice to the survivors of Jeffrey Epstein and his powerful friends. Ranking member Robert Garcia, Democratic California, said in a press release, these disturbing photos raise even more questions about Epstein and his relationships with some of the most powerful men in the world. We will not rest until the American people get the truth. The Department of Justice must release all the files now. Once again, House Democrats are selectively releasing cherry-picked photos with random redactions to try and create a false narrative, White House spokeswoman Abigail Jackson said in response to a PBS News request for comment. Here's the reality. Democrats like Stacey Plaskett and Hakeem Jeffries were soliciting money and meeting from Epstein after he was a convicted sex offender. The Democrat hoax against President Trump has been repeatedly debunked, and the Trump administration has done more for Epstein's victims than Democrats ever have by repeatedly calling for transparency, releasing thousands of pages of documents, and calling for future investigations into Epstein's Democrat friends. It's time for the media to stop regulating Democrat talking points and start asking Democrats why they wanted to hang around Epstein after he was convicted. So here's the thing, fam. Epstein hung around Democrats and Republicans. Epstein hung around liberals and conservatives. Epstein hung around money. Epstein didn't care about all that other stuff, man. Epstein was hanging around money. So money was the only prerequisite to being cool with Epstein and getting a chance to land on that island of candy and young honey. Money. There's a pic with Clinton. There he is. I did not have sexual relations with that woman. Is that Richard? That's Richard. Oh, man. Okay. Yeah. Maybe that's what inspired Rich to buy his island. Here's some of the sex toys. What the hell is that? What's that? What's going on here? Let me see. Extreme restraints. Woman on woman, some rope. PUSSY pump. Damn, what kind of glove is that? What the hell? What the hell? Damn. This should have came with a warning sign. Hey, I ain't never seen a glove like that. They call that must be called the love glove. That must be a love glove. That's wild. That's the love glove. Y'all think that's Trump hand? It's a big ass vein in that hand. Look at that vein. The jawbreaker gag. Terms and conditions. Disclaimer warranty. Always observe a person who has a gag in their mouth. Never leave that person unattended. The jaw gagger gag will cause a person's mouth to produce more saliva than a regular gag and create a choking hazard if the person is unattended or inverted for any reason. It is possible for a person to vomit and suffocate even while standing, so extreme care and caution must be exercised with the use of this product. Failure to follow instructions could result in injury or death. Never leave a person with a jawbreaker gag in their mouth unattended. It's damn near sounded like a commercial. Never leave a person with a jawbreaker gag in their mouth. That's the jawbreaker gag. Okay, what else they got? Got Trump condoms? Hold on. Let's see. Well, according to that, Trump might be able to fight this one. He might be able to fight this one because according to that stripper, was she a stripper or an adult porn star? What's the girl? I can't say her name, but the one that he allegedly used campaign funds to pay for. He had to buy the booty. Well, according to her, he's not huge. That's what she said. So he can get off right there. He can get on. He can beat that. Yeah, he can beat that. Who's that over there? Is that Woody Allen? What? Woody in the house. Got Woody Allen up in there? Steve Bannon, well, you know how he get down, so that's not a surprise. Is that? Oh, okay. But see, I thought that was Spielberg for a moment. Boy, was getting some real, had a real director producing them films. So what's this about? Oh yeah, like pictures of, well, maybe pictures of the victims. It says in this updated photograph from the personal collection of convicted sex offender Jeffrey Epstein, tech mogul Bill Gates appears in a framed photo hanging on the wall in a living space. Several other photos are visible with the identities of individuals redacted. The photo from Epstein's estate was released Friday by the Democrats on the House Oversight Committee. Bill Gates' creepy ass. Boy, that's evil right there. Have you ever seen evil? That's evil. What? Bill Gates and Prince Andrew. Prince Andrew. Look at Bill Gates like, I told Melinda I don't need her anymore. I just came back with my tank on E, baby. Yeah.